Another of Washington's pastors was the Reverend James Abercrombie, who was also sought for an understanding of what George Washington believed. It was Abercrombie who had confronted Washington about turning his back on the Lord's Supper. We read that, long after Washington's death, in reply to Dr. Wilson, who had interrogated him as to his religious views, Dr. Abercrombie's brief but emphatic answer was, "Sir, Washington was a deist." To me, the most disturbing part about George Washington is that in the diary of Thomas Jefferson, it is recorded that before George Washington left office as President of the United States, that the clergymen in Philadelphia, which is where Washington was president, that they wanted him to make a public confession of his faith as a Christian. And they wanted to do this for posterity's sake. In his diary, Thomas Jefferson wrote, February 1st, Dr. Rush tells me that he had it from Asa Green that when the clergy addressed General Washington on his departure from the government, it was observed in their consultation that he had never on any occasion said a word to the public which showed a belief in the Christian religion. And they thought they should so pen their address as to force him at length to declare publicly whether he was a Christian or not. They did so. However, he observed, the old fox was too cunning for them. He answered every article in their address particularly, except that, which he passed over without notice. I know that Governor Morris has often told me that General Washington believed no more in the system, Christianity, than he did. And so we read about this in Thomas Jefferson's diary, and then we find it again in an account given by a relative of Dr. Ashbel Green. And again, Dr. Ashbel Green was the congressional chaplain for the 8 years that Washington served as president.